Back now, we're getting a big statement that's coming in from the Australian Cricket Board saying that Australia will cancel the Australia-Afghanistan Test Series if women are excluded from sport. This Test Series, of course, is scheduled for November, and so far the Taliban had given the go-ahead for its players its male players essentially to play cricket. Now let's go across to Rohit, who's reporting on the news from the newsroom on this. Rohit, this is extremely critical what Australia is hoping to do, because we've had a statement come in from a Taliban spokesperson saying that women's sports and women's cricket specifically will be banned in Afghanistan.
Yes, Nupur, this is the latest statement that is coming in now from Cricket Australia, saying that they might cancel the test match with Afghanistan should these reports be true. Now, of course, over here they have mentioned that there have been reports coming out saying that women could be banned from playing sports in the country, and especially the sport of cricket. And following that, now the Cricket Australia has released a statement saying that if that is the case, if that is true, then they will not allow, they will not be playing the test match with the men's Afghanistan team. Now, this is really a big setback for cricket in Afghanistan, especially because, Afghanistan is just an emerging nation in the field of cricket, and they have just made their name in the field of cricket over the last 2 or 3 years. It's still an emerging team in the sport of cricket, and if the takeover of Taliban is now going to affect the future of cricket in Afghanistan, then it really is a very serious issue in the country as far as cricket is concerned. And we've been seeing over the last few days now how the women's rights really under the Taliban rule have been under threat. Women have been out in the streets protesting against the Taliban for basically muzzling their rights, and for that very reason now even the Australian Cricket Australia has also come out in support of the women of Afghanistan, saying that if that really is the case, if they are not going to be allowed to play sport anymore, then Australia is not even going to entertain the men's cricket team. They are not even going to play cricket with Afghanistan at all.
And of course, this is not a statement that's coming out in isolation, Rohit, because the Sports Minister of Australia, Richard Colbeck, had earlier said that, this is extremely concerning what is happening in Afghanistan, and hence, as the leading countries of the world, Australia must take a stand against this. So what we see, is this perhaps a continuation of that stand from Australia?
Well, Nupur, we've been seeing over the last few days now, if we just see what's going on in Afghanistan, it's not just about sport. Women's rights in the entire country now is under threat. Even journalists, we've been getting reports of multiple journalists who are not allowed to enter their own newsrooms after, the Taliban took over the country. And we've been seeing over the last few days also how people...
Rohit, I'm going to have to interrupt you over there. On the phone line with us is Brinda Adige. Brinda Adige, good morning. Thank you very much for speaking to us on Republic TV. What do you make of the statement that's coming out from the Australian Cricket Board? Are these the kind of stringent measures that we need to put in place to ensure that women's rights are respected in Afghanistan?
Yes, this is the kind of stringent measures all boards and governments across the world must now mandatorily put on Afghanistan. The decision taken by the Australian Cricket Board is not only progressive, but a very bold and courageous move, because they are now saying that we do not want this male cricket team if this particular government in Afghanistan is not going to award the same rights, same dignity to women's cricket team from their country. And this is also telling on the government that has been fought by the so-called, the people there. Banning the male cricket team from Afghanistan is the best to be done, because that is the only way an ultimatum, a message will be sent to these people who do not consider the women of their nation as citizens. They are looking at them as slaves, and that is unacceptable. What are we talking about? No human rights? No women's rights? And this is gender apartheid. What else can it be? And if the Cricket Board in Australia has taken this stand, we must commend them and strengthen them further so that they are able to hold on to it and not be pressurized by other boards, which means the International Cricket Board must also take a similar stance.
Right now, Ms. Brinda Adige joining us on that. Thank you very much for speaking to us. This perhaps is the kind of international response that we are looking for to be able to bring women at par in Afghanistan with the men. Rohit, thank you to you as well.